Hey guys, welcome back over here to the Hedrick Outdoor YouTube channel. So by popular demand, we are going to be doing a knife sharpening video this time. These are the knives that we torture tested a couple videos back, and people were wondering if they would sharpen. Because if a knife holds up but then you can't get it to sharpen again, it's no good. So the first thing I'm going to do, we'll take each one and we're going to test it and show you how sharp it currently is. You ain't cutting crap with that. Same thing with this one. Okay. And the one that just utterly turned to a crap show last time. Okay. And a dull knife is a dangerous knife because if you're trying to use it with anything, for anything of use, it can actually get you hurt by doing a lot of slipping instead of cutting and stuff like that. But like, this thing does not scare me. I'm not afraid I'm going to get cut by it unless you're like really trying to do something. Of course, this was the loser last time, so it will be the last one we sharpen. You know, it just fell apart, and then after this video, it's probably going to the scrap pile. But we're going to start with the winner, which is the Kung Fu Panda. Kung Fu here. Now these sharpening stones here, they start at 400 grit. So you got 400 and 1,000. Then you got 3,000 and 8,000. So from roughest to finest. And these are wet stones. These also come off of Temu. They come with a whole little kit, but I only need the stones right now. They're called wet stones. Some people tell you to use oil. These are called wet stones. Some people use oil, but if you read your instructions, a lot of them call for water. And I find water works best, and it's free. So we're going to do a couple of passes on the 400 here. And I've been sharpening knives so long that I just kind of know what I'm looking for on each pass. And I'll stop it and I'll wipe it off on something like my shirt or a rag or whatever. Try to make sure there's no burrs. That's what the heaviest one's for. Almost said fur. That's what's fur. It's pretty good, no burrs. So then we're going to flip it over to our next stone, which is 1,000 grit. Then hit it with a little water. I know people who soak their stones before they use them. Like they'll soak them in water for a little while. All just kind of depends on your preference. I don't. I just hit it with a little water. Generally, I just run it under the sink. A couple passes. Really what I'm looking at is the actual sharpening angle from the factory, and that's what I'm trying to follow. So we're going to check it every now and again, see if it's coming along the way you want it to. You know, you might do a few more passes because you're not happy with it. And you're just going to do that and move up in your stones. So we're going to do a little bit of a time lapse here, and I'm going to sharpen all of these real quick, get them as sharp as I can, and then we'll jump back in and show you how sharp they actually are, and by testing them on the paper and testing them shaving my arm. Alright guys, so after running them on the stones for a little while, we're going to talk about which were the easiest to sharpen, which were the hardest to sharpen. Honestly, this was actually the easiest one to sharpen. and maybe why it was also ended up being the dullest one, is that it doesn't hold an edge very well, but it sharpens very easily. So that would be the easiest one to sharpen. Second up would be the Gerber knockoff. It was pretty easy to sharpen, but not as easy as this first one, and it held an edge a lot better than this one did. But it would be the second easiest to sharpen. The hardest to sharpen was the Hong Fu. I mean, it sharpened up nice. It just took a lot longer, a lot more swipes of the stones to get it to be what I would call sharp. Now, they're not all arm razor shaven sharp. I tried to get them as close as I could. I tested all my knives on my arm. That's why there's never any hair right here. But this one, if you see that right there, shaving arm hairs, we're shaving arm hairs. So this one will shave your arm. I'm gonna try this one. Barely. It'll shave your arm a little bit. Not as good as the first one. I'm getting some skin on there. Switch arms so you don't think I'm bull crapping you. Well, I don't think this one will shave. I just couldn't quite get it there. I think it needs to be honed a little more. We're gonna give it a couple swipes here. I've got hairs falling off. Yep, it'll shave. So this is actually the sharpest one. It shaves the easiest. Then this one. Then this one. And I could sit here and work on these, like this one, when I mainly plan on keeping. I could work on it a lot more and eventually get it there. But, you know, gave them about the same amount of passes on each one. To an extent, I did work on this one a little more to actually try to get it to be sharp. So it took a lot more work, but it held a better edge than any of the other ones did. This is like if you're just a good medium in the middle knife, you know. So what I do, our paper cut test, we got an envelope here, just like we did there. Well, it's better. This envelope is not the best for this. Let's try a different envelope. I normally use regular paper, but yeah. See, nice clean cut, good and sharp. The sharpest one, well, I hate not having a good clean edge to do this on. I mean, it's sharp. Tell you what, we'll go to the paper it couldn't cut. This is closer to actual paper. Those are pretty thin. I mean, it's sharp. It's just a difficult knife to wield. I mean, did this one yet? I don't think so. Yeah, this one is the last one here. Sorry about that, guys. Sometimes I can't remember. They're all sharp, adjacent. Back to this one. They're all sharp, a lot sharper than they were. Like I said, if I was going to go and order a sharpness, my pocket knife would be first, actually. It's the sharpest out of all of them, and it'll shave. But we're not here to talk about my pocket knife. That was just more to prove that my sharpening skills are up to par, and more than anything was that was a nice clean shave. As you can see, high quality blade, nice clean shave. I'll even do it again right here. So we're gonna, bam, nice clean shave. So if you don't believe that I can sharpen a knife, that should be evidence enough. But I've got another one here, just as sharp. Another spot here. So I clearly know how to sharpen a knife. It's all the proof I've got for you that I can actually sharpen a blade. I guess y'all didn't see me sharpen these two knives, but you're just gonna take my word that I guess I did. Try not to lie to you guys ever, so you'll trust me. But that's that. I did spend a lot more time generally, these are my knives I carry all the time. I'll take my time to get them as sharp as I absolutely can. These I was just trying to do nice and quick, show that they could be sharpened fairly decently, and they all shave and they all cut paper, just kind of depending on what kind of test you want to do with them. I wish I had one of those little sharpness testers that you try to cut through, but I don't. So this is the best I can do for you guys for right now. I want to thank you guys for watching. You guys remember to like and subscribe. Remember, I buy the gear, I test the gear so you don't have to. Y'all stay frosty, and I'll see you next time.